This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
Defect in motion for vote of no confidence prompts resubmission. Government allocates 100 million kina for census. And PNG Nurses Association launches its Savings and Loan Society.
A very good evening. This is National Emtv News. I'm Malcolm Waira. Thank you for joining us. The Private Business Committee have found one defect in the opposition's vote of no confidence motion. The opposition were informed and have filed a new notice of vote of no confidence, which the PBC will deliberate on next week, Wednesday. This was revealed by the acting Speaker of Parliament at the Parliament sitting.
The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Connie Iguan, had informed the House of Parliament that PBC have taken into consideration the looming vote of no confidence as a matter of national interest. PBC have deliberated and have concluded that the motion of the vote of no confidence filed on the 13th of February met all the technical requirements except one. The Deputy Speaker indicated that the opposition was informed and they have filed a new notice of the vote of no confidence stating that PBC will vote on the notice next week, Wednesday, and further confirm the resubmission of the new motion of vote of no confidence.
We found that the notice of motion has only one defect that committee is of the view should be corrected. The leader of opposition was informed soon after the committee meeting concluded. A new notice of no confidence motion was delivered yesterday at 3:30 p.m. The committee in its next meeting will consider the motion. Thank you.
It is understood that the vote of no confidence will take its course on Thursday next week. Natasha Voy, National, MTV News.
Prime Minister James Marape has assured Parliament that the vote of no confidence process will run through with no interference. He clarified that the Supreme Court reference filed by the Attorney General is to ensure the appointment of the alternate Prime Minister is legal.
We on this side will not break the process of Parliament. If our brothers on the opposite feel that there is enough ground for a vote of no confidence, it is within their total right. No one will run away from their right. And I'm happy they nominated my brother, Governor Alan Baird, who is a very close friend of the politics. We will still be friends. But in matters of public policy, he's got a dissenting public policy opinion. It is totally within his right to be on the other side. But you have to also respect the right of members to be on this side. It is a God-given right to exercise what they feel is important for the people, for the constituent, and for collectively for the country. Process has been there since 1974 when this consensus was mounted. Process was entered into Parliament on 15th of June 1975 when the Constitution was battered.
The leader of government business, Rainbow Paita, moved a motion without notice on the vote of confidence in Prime Minister James Marape that saw 84-0 in favour. The opposition objected the motion with reference to the law and the standing orders. However, the vote went through, forcing the opposition to boycott the Parliament vote.
The motion without notice has caused a rowdy reaction from the opposition side of the House. The members of the opposition objected the motion with point of order, making reference to the Constitution, highlighting that it was not within our Constitution and the parliamentary standing orders.
Mr. Speaker, we have to respect the Constitution
Order.
and the standing orders of this Parliament. I cannot support.
Despite the efforts, the Deputy Speaker allowed for vote on the motion that resulted in the opposition's boycotting the meeting. The Parliament voted 84-0 on the motion of the vote of confidence in favor of Prime Minister James Marape. After the vote, the Prime Minister makes a statement and commended the 84 for having confidence in him. Marape then slams the opposition's behavior in Parliament and called them to bring in their numbers.
Today, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the members of Parliament, 83. Was it 83? I keep on forgetting. 84. I was trying to go down to 83, but thank you, 84. 84. Enough number to ensure that constitutional matters of this country are run without fear or favor. No one is going to run away from vote of no confidence under the words of James Marape. That I want to assure you. It's on handset. Record this. Record this. Parliamentary processes will take its course. And if you want to entertain a serious business as a change of government, a government that is born as a result of people exercising Section 50 right to vote in a recently concluded election, it is a serious matter. Produce your numbers. If you're inexperienced with no politics, let me school you. Numbers are shown in the first instance when you descend on a motion. When you descend on a motion, you don't go into deep sea thinking that there is a tuna there trying to put a hook into the deep sea.
The motion of vote of no confidence in Prime Minister James Marape, filed by the opposition, will be deliberated on next week Wednesday, which is on the 21st of this month. Natasha Voy, National, Emtv News.
The National Statistical Office, through the National Statistician John Igitoy, says they need more than 100 million kina to conduct the upcoming national census. Igitoy says NSO is ready to begin preparations and carry out the census, but they are waiting for funding to be released by the government.
Mr. Igitoy says the census is expected to start in July and end in August this year, and the data should be ready by or before independence in September. Therefore, the National Statistics Office needs to have the funds within this month so they can start carrying out trainings for enumerators throughout the provinces and begin census publicity to ensure the public become aware and take part in the census.
Currently, we are just awaiting the release of funds to NSO so that we can disperse those funds to the provinces to have those people recruited. Because from now on, you can see that we've got only 4 months. The window for us to do this kind of activities is only 4 months. And we are talking about a massive exercise that we're going to undertake across the entire country.
Meanwhile, Igitoy says the census will be carried out using tablets and not papers like in the past.
For this round of census, which is going to be the 5th National Population Census, we will use tablets. So, and the tablets that we will require will be more than 22,000 tablets. And design of its applications that will be installed in the tablets are completed. And we have tested using the questionnaire forms.
He says the utilization of tablets and cloud technology will ensure the immediate processing and safe storage of data. He further stated that if the government wishes to have the important statistics ready within the year, then they need to release the required funds immediately.
Basically, on what I can say about the preparations of the census that we are now in, and our hopes and expectations for the government is to front load the funds before end of this month. Our time schedule and the request from the government to deliver the population figures by September would not be feasible if it goes beyond this month.
Edson Kuso, National Emtv News.
While preparing for the upcoming national census, the National Statistics Office says they too have lost a substantial amount of census materials and data after their storage got burnt down during the January 10th riots in the nation's capital.
The country's chief statistician, John Igitoy, says some important data and training materials were lost during the riots.
We're waiting for the funds. Some materials are in place, except more than 15 million kina materials, including admin, HR, and accounts records, got banned on the 10th of January at our storage facilities in Konedebu alongside the Despes supermarket.
He says they will now need more funding to purchase or reproduce some of the materials lost in the fire. This will only incur extra spending.
So we had our census documents and materials been burned down during that mayhem on the 10th of January. So in fact, we have lost, and it's a very big setback for us at NSO, particularly with those preparatory materials.
However, Igitoi says this will not stop them from delivering the upcoming national census, as they have already planned the rollout of the census and are waiting for the government to release funding so they can carry out the census. Edson Kuso, National Emtv News.
National Emtv News continues after the break. Stay with us. You're watching National Emtv News. The amendment bill to amend the constitution of the independent state of Papua New Guinea as a Christian country was passed today at the floor of Parliament.
Parliament has voted in favor of the amendment bill with absolute majority to declare PNG as a Christian country.
Number 70, Constitutional Amendment, Declaration of Papua New Guinea as Christian country. Lord 2023, Minister for Justice and Attorney General. First required opportunity for debate and first vote from.
This bill is based on a public consultation conducted by Constitutional and Law Reform Commission, or CLRC, and the Department for Community Development and Religion.
Papua New Guinea, a Christian country. Mr. Speaker, proposed amendment to the Constitution of the independent state of Papua New Guinea to debate or declare Papua New Guinea a Christian country. It should not be a surprise to anyone because, as we all know, according to the 2021 census, 96% of our people align themselves to the Christian faith. It is imperative that this fact be adhered in the mama law of our country, the Constitution. This amendment will adequately capture the wishes of our people reflected in the final report of the Constitutional Law Reform Commission.
Member for Kandeb Open, Don Pole, said people's attitude must change based on Christian values and everyone must respect the rule of law.
Law Attorney General, let me bring him, let me clear, let me not confuse him, let me give him this law official recognition of some Christianity. And now I'm law to block Papua New Guinea. Now I think good law.
Esther Gane, National Emtv News.
Meanwhile, before passing the bill, member for Vanimo Green said the amendment bill to amend the constitution of the independent state of PNG to declare PNG as a Christian country is seen as forcing people to become Christians.
Following the amendment bill presented by the Minister for Attorney General Pila Niningi, member for Vanimo Green Belden Nama said declaring PNG a Christian country is not in line with Section 45 of PNG's constitution.
Section 45 of our constitution states very clearly freedom of conscience, thought, and religion. And you go back to the Garden of Eden. God allowed Adam and Eve to have the freedom of choice.
He also says this bill might scare investors coming into PNG.
We are legislating to say we are a Christian country. We are declaring ourselves to be a Christian country. That means we do not want to allow other religion.
That's right. Yep.
You are legislating to declare Papua New Guinea a Christian country. You are forcing everybody to be a Christian.
Governor for East Sepik Province, Alan Bed, also stated that not everyone is agreeing with the bill when CLRC conducted public consultations. However, Minister for Trade and Investment says this bill will not scare other countries. Esther Gane, National Emtv News.
The Papua New Guinea Nurses Association today launched its Savings and Loan Society Limited in Port Moresby. This event marks a milestone in the history of nurses in PNG.
With the theme Financial Inclusion for All Nurses in Papua New Guinea, the PNGNA, after 6 years of work input, have achieved a milestone. Providing a brief history on the establishment of PNGNA, the General Secretary of PNGNA, Mulina Kwalimu, revealed that PNGNA will turn 52 years on the 12th of December this year.
My primary focus is to review the existing financial and administrative manuals, policies, and PNGNA's constitution to ensure they are aligned to and operate within the constitution. This policy must align to meet the demanding challenges ahead as the union progresses the aspiration of our nurses that we are mandated to serve.
The General Secretary added that PNGNA has proven to be a leader at the forefront of the nation movement.
Our leader must forego ahead to set the pathway for others to follow and be inspired. The last 50 years has been simple due to the lack of demand for nurses' well-being and work-related issues. However, today's is very complex, fast-changing, unpredictable, and stressful work environment. The demand for good leadership is even more present today.
Mr. Kwalimu said as the new General Secretary for PNGNA, he would like to see nurses be a contributor to economic development other than nursing for sick. He stressed that PNGNA will ensure that it produces qualified and competent nurses to work in the country and overseas.
PNG will strive to ensure qualified and competent nurses are produced by our nursing colleges. They must be professionally competent and accredited to work anywhere in the region and abroad.
Malinta Yopolo, National Emtv News.
The national president of PNGNA, Frederick Kebai, said Papua New Guinea Nurses Association's Savings and Loan Society Limited is a financial freedom given to the nurses in the country. Kebai made this statement at the launching of the PNGNA Savings and Loan Society Limited in Port Moresby.
The PNGNA national president stressed that the intent of the Nurses Savings and Loan Society is to help its workers as loans are eating into their salaries. He revealed that the PNGNA Savings and Loan Society will be giving loans to its members at 1% interest rate per month.
Loan sharks are eating into our package. The high rate imposed by the banks in the country are also eating into our salary through the loans that we make. But for PNGNA establishing the Savings and Loan Society, and the intent and the purpose of Savings and Loan Society is to help one another. When you're getting a loan from the Savings and Loan Society, it must be given at the very low rate. And I would like to see that Papua New Guinea Nursing Savings and Loan Society are giving loans to my members at the very lowest interest rate of 1% per month, so that nurses can be free of all the financial burdens they're having.
Mr. Kebai highlighted that the Savings and Loan Society will also look into other issues, such as the nurses' professional development.
Rolling out of the housing project in the country, because by this time we should be financially independent and not rely on the government to assist us. So nurses, please take on this privilege, become the members, so that we can equal partners to the government in service delivery to the people of Papua New Guinea.
Mr. Kebai appealed to the nurses to take heed of the privileges that comes with the Savings and Loan Society Limited and become members of it. Malinta Yopolo, National Emtv News.
Now we take a look at the Nest Fund Market Report. The kina closed lower at $0.266 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2591, $0.3987 Australian dollars, 0.2344 euro, 38.74 Japanese yen. Looking at the commodity prices, at New York closed, gold is trading lower, coffee closed lower, cocoa closed higher, copper closed higher, palm oil closed lower, crude oil is trading higher, copper closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading lower, the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National Emtv News continues after the break. Stay with us. You're watching National Emtv News. Electoral Commissioner Simon Sinai said writs for the 4 by-elections in the country will be issued later this month, with elections to be conducted over the next 3 months, starting in March.
Sinai stressed that with the LLG elections coming on later this year, the by-elections cannot be delayed even further. He said the issue of writs will take place on the 29th of this month, with nominations to close on the 6th of March. The tentative dates include the 8-week campaign period to kick off on the 29th of this month, the polling period to commence on the 27th of April to the 10th of May. There will be 21 days of counting anticipated from the 10th to the 31st of May, and results to be declared by 31st of May this year. The 4 electorates set to go into by-elections this year include Sohe Open in the Oro Province, Madang Open, Maprik Open in the Isipik Province, and Pogera Paella Open in the Enga Province. Commissioner Sinai said the budget for the by-elections in the 4 electorates stand at a cost of around 20 million kina. Natasha Voy, National, Emtv News.
Prime Minister James Marape welcomed the 377 million kina West New Britain provincial budget, emphasizing that it is one of the most economically active provinces in the country. PM Marape stated that West New Britain is one of the few provinces that is growing its internal revenue.
The ceremony was witnessed by notable figures including Kendrian Gloucester MP Joseph Leland, Thalassia MP Freddie Kumai, and Provincial Administrator Leo Mapmani, seeing all provincial MPs praised for their efforts. Prime Minister Marape highlighted Nakanai District MP Francis Manake and all 12 local level governments' role in making the 377,287,700 kina budget a reality. The Prime Minister noted that the budget is a blend of national grants totaling 284 million kina, internal revenue of 93 million kina, and an innovative inclusion of 99 million kina in unspent revenue from 2023. Designed under the theme Enabling Growth Opportunities, the budget aims to foster development across all districts, focusing on LLG capacity building, maintenance programs, district road counterpart funding, infrastructure projects like Amulut and Kokopo jetties, the Kimbe-Kendrian Highway, Kendrian Power Station connectivity and power generation, alongside agriculture extension services. PM Marape assures the people of West New Britain that a 20 million kina has been allocated for the provincial hospital in 2024. Francisca Anania, National Emtv News.
The PNG Cocoa Board has tightened its quality surveillance exercise in all cocoa dry bean buying depots in the country. This is to ensure good quality beans are sold to exporters. This was revealed by the coordinator for cocoa in the Sepik region, Daryl Warimo.
Coordinator Warimo said this exercise had begun in East Sepik already, which saw several fermentary owners being penalized. He stressed that in the eve of the hike in the buying price of a dry bean bag, which may reach up to 1,500 as per their projection into the next 6 months, his board wants to ensure that good quality of production is maintained and supply of cocoa bean in order to earn buyers' trust in the world markets. He said cocoa is loose buying commodity, which means it does not have any regulation at the moment to guide the buying practice. The coordinator said to address this, the PNG Cocoa Board has opted to stationing surveillance officers in all buying depots to work alongside the depot's certified cocoa assessors to ensure that the beans come from a licensed fermentary and are not moldy, off-flavored and rejected. Meanwhile, the PNG Cocoa Board WIWAC is looking forward to partnering with EU Straight PNG program to conduct quality cocoa training to farmers, especially fermentary owners, in all the 27 LLGs of East Sepik province. Natasha Voy, National MTV News.
National MTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Cricket PNG is undergoing a domestic cricket conference in Port Moresby. The coaching program is set to develop and educate and support the code in Papua New Guinea.
Cricket PNG CEO Richard Dawn told his newsroom that he is very keen and passionate about the development of the game and will continue to drive the domestic cricket into rural areas.
Driving domestic cricket, and not just within the central and the NCD areas where traditionally it's very strong, but getting back into some of our past strongholds at Milne Bay, Lae, Madang, and up in West New Britain.
Dawn further said there is a vast increase in the number of participants in the cricket programs.
Won Malolo teams in our competitions last year, an incredible increase from around 10 or 12 teams the year before. So congratulations to these guys who did such a good job on that.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Cricket PNG successfully launched the Pidgin version of the newly Creole cricket program in Port Moresby today.
Participations Program Manager and Level 1 Coach Henau Samuel told his newsroom that the goal of the program is to increase the number of participants all around the country.
Sure that cricket will be delivered to even our rural communities all around the country, and do it.
Madang Regional Cricket Manager Paul Sibet also said Madang Province has talents and the aim is to bring them out into the spotlight.
Expose their talents, so now they are going to go into the handball competition. We're looking forward to sending more kids here in Port Moresby to further expose us.
The event was witnessed by Cricket PNG management, including 11 development officers who attended the coaching sessions. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
You're watching Trukai Sports. The swimming trio taking part in the World Aquatic Championships in Doha, Qatar, have maintained positive results in the individual categories. The trio include debutant Thomas Chen, who recorded a personal best of 1.08 seconds and placed second in the 100-meter breaststroke, and his next race is the 100-meter butterfly tomorrow. Josh Tarere also clocked 54.72 seconds and placed second in Heat 4 of the men's 100-meter freestyle yesterday and will compete again today at the 50-meter freestyle. George Leigh Vele competing today in 100-meter freestyle heat 4, followed by 50-meter freestyle in the coming Saturday. The National Gaming Control Board Ipatas Cup Eastern End Gold Pass playoff will kick off tomorrow in Leigh at the Leigh Rugby League Oval. To set the tone, the Eastern Highlands Lisepa Bulldogs will face Angas Hela West in Game 1. That ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The weather forecast for the next 24 hours for the southern region. Port Moresby City mostly fine, partly cloudy. Daru mostly fine. Kerama mostly fine, partly cloudy. Alota partly cloudy with some showers. Popondetta partly cloudy with possible showers. To the Momase region, Leigh City partly cloudy with few evening showers possible. Medang partly cloudy with brief showers. Wewak and Vanimo partly cloudy with possible brief showers and drizzles. To the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau partly cloudy with possible few showers. Keveng partly cloudy with brief showers. Kokopon Rabaul partly cloudy with brief showers. Kimbe partly cloudy with brief showers. Buka cloudy with brief showers. To the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City partly cloudy with few afternoon evening showers and possible thunderstorms. Goroka, Buns and Kundiawa mostly fine and partly cloudy. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg mostly fine, partly cloudy. Looking at the small ships forecast, waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru, to Kiwai Islands, to Kerama, to Yule Island, to Hood Point, to Samari Islands, seas 1 to 1.5 meters, rising to 2 to 3.5 meters. Waters of Samari Island to Cape Vogel and all Millen Bay Islands, seas 1 to 1.5 meters, rising to 2 meters. Waters of Cape Vogel to Huon Gulf to Finchafen, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Waters of Finchafen through VTS Strait to CRC Long Islands, seas 1.5 to 2 meters, rising to 3 meters. Waters of Long Island to Medang to Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG Indonesian border, seas 1 to 1.5 meters. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 1 to 1.5 meters. Waters of West New Britain to East New Britain to New Ireland, seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 2.5 meters. Waters of Bougainville, seas 1 to 2 meters. Looking at the ocean forecast, coral seas slight to moderate, becoming rough to very rough, west to northwest winds of 10 to 20 knots, reaching 25 to 40 knots. Solomon seas slight to moderate, west to southwest winds of 10 to 20 knots. Bismarck seas slight to moderate, northwest winds of 10 to 20 knots. Pacific Ocean slight, northwest winds of 10 to 15 knots.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Thursday, the 15th of February, 2024. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.